Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Dan Cochimilio here. A little different view in the background as I'm turning my head so I can watch this route on the Dodgers on the Giants. On my right is Eric Romo. Welcome,
Hey, what's up?
guys. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Hey, look at that. We're brought us up a little closer. So, yeah, Giants are trailing 10-4, 2 out in the bottom of the seventh. They got runners on first and second. Finally, they got another run in. I think it was was it Flores that drove in the run?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Really
So
doesn't matter right now.
yeah, as you can tell by the title, I've had it. I'm just getting tired of this crap with the Farhan. Here we are. Hey, great. Darren Ruff got a double off the wall, but you're bringing Darren Ruff back, really, and
Yeah,
putting him
exactly.
in the fifth spot. And you
Hey,
got Martin
real
Ramos
quick,
at the bottom.
PK, you're talking about Mitch Haniger. Here's the issue. That I think that's the reason why Ruff is up here. I think there's some issues going on. Supposedly, he's still fighting that back issue. So who knows when Haniger is going to come in? And I think that, again, that's why they called up Ruff.
Yeah, I mean, and then now tonight, Conforto's out with a calf strain. And so he's probably going to get put on the shelf. And Bryce Johnson looks like he's got a concussion after an amazing catch in center field. He hit his head on the wall twice that same inning because Giants are just giving up, just
contact everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hard contact. And you knew it was going to happen. When I could see this coming, I texted Eric, I said, they're going to lose this game.
Yeah.
It was 3-3.
Remember, I told you in the very beginning, I think it was the second inning, I was like, Cobb doesn't have that splitter going. And if he doesn't have that splitter going, that's kind of his go-to pitch. Forget that. He's got to rely on that sinker and that knuckle curve. And you saw it coming that, he wasn't locating. And it was just a matter of time before the Dodgers come in here and start wreaking havoc.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got here from the comments. We're gonna go till 10 o'clock. And then I'm going to go over to Larry's channel and we're going to talk about this game. And I know there's a tweet he's got out there right now that says if you can make one change, what would it be? And I'm sure, I'm looking, we're seeing a lot of responses. What one move would you make if you own the Giants? Join me after Giants Dodgers for the Pig and the Pickle Crew Show starring Larry and myself. So, so we'll move over there. We'll cover this for the next 40 minutes. And Vicky Boone says this team is a joke. Nothing like it. Faster, stronger. Yeah, like they're going to get faster this year and stronger. And they've gotten slower. I mean, look at the. Oh, gosh.
MF, just to put fuel on the fire, Taylor Rogers, he's sporting an 18.90 ERA this season so far. It's early. But the thing is he's doing the same thing. He can't locate anything, and he's getting pummeled.
Yeah, then he walked the guy to load the bases on the pitch clock. You could see it coming. Yeah,
and Stripling's a mess. I mean, he leaves a freaking changeup at the belt.
That's he's still pitching. I'm going to say he gives up another home run. It's the 8th inning. He's given up what? How many has he given up? One tonight against Trace Thompson?
He gave up one.
Yeah, Trace Thompson blasted that. Good for Thompson. I mean, a 10-4, top of the 8th. Okay, so I'm not going to broadcast. It's boring. They stink.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Stripling right now. He has not one pitch in the strike zone against Smith right now. So
3-1.
I mean, it's just you got that. That's 3. Well, I'm not going to blame Cobb too. He just had an off night, but. Some of these other guys, Stripling and Taylor, they haven't been locating anything.
Ball 4, yeah. So
here comes Muncie.
Oh my goodness. Barton Ramos just batted back-to-back 4 years ago. I thought they were the future 3-4 hitters. Oh, how I was wrong. Nick J says, "Yeah, what are you doing bringing Darren Ruff off? The guy didn't hit anything with the Mets." And they bring him back. He hasn't even played. When's the last time he played? Spring training?
I think, spring training, because I think they cut him before the season started, yeah.
Yeah, did he get any games in the minor leagues? None?
No. I think they cut him before the season started.
I mean, Yeah, but did he get any in with the Giants at Sacramento? I think he did a couple
No,
games.
well, did he? I don't know because he just got.
I'll have
Didn't
to
he
look at the
just?
box score,
Yeah, you have to look.
But the fact is, they brought him up, and he's batting fifth. What are you saying to your team, to your young guys, your future, hopefully, or Bart and Ramos, and you're batting him eighth and ninth. I think Ramos is eighth, and Bart is ninth. Is that the order?
I think. Hold on, let me look. Something like that. No, it's Bart eighth and Ramos ninth.
Okay.
Bart had 2 hits today. So
yeah, he's got a bunt, and then he got a little flare to left field, but they look like line drives in the box score. So
yeah, exactly. Right.
They struck out Muncy. That's crazy, So my take is here's why I can't. I'm just tired of the Farhan thing. They're bringing back retreads of slow, non-athletic guys. That how are these guys going to help you? You talked about getting better defensively. All these guys that Farhan's bringing in, they're either hurt or they're just getting killed. I mean, Conforto was doing a good job, but he's hurt now. And you can't blame Farhan for the injuries, but what you can do is there's a track record that these guys have of not playing very many games. And especially Haniger has not played many games, and he was the big first key signing. Like right after Judge, was announced he's going to the Yankees.
Right before that. Yep.
Yeah. Right before that, because it was like people were like,
remember,
"Oh, this
Larry
is."
Made there it is. We're not getting judged. That's
exactly.
Your, big signing.
Yeah. There's your big signing. Yeah. So, so this is just they're going to be 5-7. They're have not won back-to-back games. No. Have not even come close to winning back-to-back games.
And only 2 wins on this road trip on the homestand.
Right. 2-4 on the homestand. Should have been an easy split when you're facing Kansas City. You should have easily won 2, if not all 3 against Kansas City. Man, it's just.
And it's the thing. They did what they were supposed to do on the road, even though the road was kind of, wishy-washy, depending on, the whole every other game was a blowout, and then the other one would be a horrible. But at least they came out of there 500. Coming to the road, you come home, you want to, at least,
Yeah. See, Nick J says one change. Fire Farhan would be the first thing. Mark Graves, I would get rid of Farhan, so when the new GM comes in, he will fire Gabe as we get a 2-for-1. Yep. This whole show needs to change. I'm not saying they can't turn it around. It's 5-7. You're talking through 12 games.
Right.
That's so early. You still have 150 games left. Okay. This is early. I'm just talking about a pattern. This is year 5.
That's exactly. Yeah, I know what you're going.
This is a pattern of not bringing in athletes, and then the athletes that you have, you don't play them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to send Ramos back event.
It's probably going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not now with that injury. With Johnson being hurt, he's probably going to be on that 7-day.
Yeah. I mean, heck.
Yeah, like you said, if it wasn't for that injury, he probably would have been back in Sacramento.
Yeah. And now you got Ruff, and here we are. We're probably, where's Piscotty? He could have been on this team.
Yeah.
Are they going to go back to Piscotty and offer him a guaranteed contract?
Oh, you think he'll want to take it? Probably not, because you know how that is.
He's gonna. I'm sure if he took it, it would be like, give me a 1-year guarantee.
Yep, that's what it's going to be.
And if you cut me,
God forbid, I don't know if Farhan will do that. He likes those ops.
He should say, hey, I'll take $1.5 million, and it's guaranteed. And
here's another thing. Here's another sign that things aren't going well. Look at what's going on in a ballpark.
Oh yeah, it's a Dodger crowd tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Another third one in a row where you're seeing more blue than black and orange, and that can't happen. That tells you that fans are not happy,
right?
And they're starting to show it with their wallet. And
Robert Rothberg said, "Hey, Robert's in the house. Thanks for coming in, Robert. Forget the past, regroup, and start winning. That's easier said than done. I am the club has makings of some, good ball players if they can stay healthy. I mean, the whole idea of Henniger and Conforto out there brings you more power, more, some pop, and yet, and then Slater's out, but it's the same thing. They're bringing back the same people. I don't want to see, you know what? I like Darren Ruff. I really do as a person. I think he's a, great guy. And can he give you some pinch hitting, some spark? Yeah. But you have guys like him all over the field.
Right.
You got Ruff, you got Flores. They're basically similar in that, they're bad from the right
Davis,
side.
even JD Davis is a little bit more athletic, but yeah. Similar.
But I mean, Flores and Ruff, I'm telling you, a tractor pull can get down first base faster than those two guys. I texted you earlier tonight, I believe, and I said, I don't like Flores in the second spot because he's double play prone. Now, he did then right after that in the first inning get a sharp base hit down the right field line to knock in a run, batting second, or got him to second and third, whatever it was. No, it was just first and second, something like that in the first inning. But later in the game, double play, and it wasn't even close, even though it wasn't a hard hit ball. It was just a chopper. You had so much time with Flores running. It's like, I don't know how the Giants find these guys that can't run. It's like they're full of them. I mean, Bart's a pretty good athlete. I would just, here's what I would do. I would, if you're not going to fire Farhan, the choice I would want to see is just play Bart every day.
But you have to fire Farhan to do that. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Yeah,
exactly.
He won't do it. They'll keep stinking platooning. I want to see what Bart can do through the All-Star break. Let him play every day. Maybe he needs an off day, after a night game. But other than that, play him. Yep. Let's see what he does. Let's see what Ramos does. Play him every day. He's going to play every day down in AAA. Mm-hmm. Let him do it up here.
Yeah.
And who else would I play every day? I bring up Casey Schmidt. I just let him play,
and here's the thing. You brought this up earlier too, maybe we have no evidence of this, but the Sabian guys versus Farhan guys,
Well, that's an example. I said, he's obviously.
I've heard that though. I can't remember. Someone else I said that, and I can't remember where I heard
I don't know.
That,
I mean, the fact that he brought Ruff back. I mean, really?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Does that just
you could have brought back?
Is that just to prove a point that you won the trade? It was obviously you won the trade. Now it's like, hey, look, I got JD Davis, Thomas Zapucki, Nick Swag, and Carson I think it's Ragsdale or Seymour, whatever his name. Not sure. Another pitcher from the Mets. I got 4 players free.
Yeah, but how many of those are playing?
JD Davis.
I think he's got an issue with his arm or something.
Yeah, right? He's got neuropathy or something, nerve. JD Davis is playing. Zwack's pitching pretty good, and I think it's Carson Seymour. Let me double check. By the way, wow, Oklahoma City came back tonight. They were down. Let me just look at this. I thought they were down 118-110. I got to look at this. I know this isn't a basketball show, but that's amazing. I think, did they score the last? Hold on, let me just look this up. Oklahoma City knocked out New Orleans. It was. Oh no, I thought they were down at one point, but anyway. So I think it's Carson Seymour. I was saying who got in the deal, but whatever. I am just so tired of the whole platoon thing, and
that's another thing that they said too. Oh no, we're going to have everyday players.
And we're in game 12, and they're already bringing guys up just to face a lefty. Oh, we're facing some lefties. Let's get some right-handed batters up here. You had Piscotty, you cut him. Or you didn't cut it. Well, you basically cut him because you didn't put him on the 26-man roster opening day when you had zero right-handed outfielding bats. And so you said, oh, we can get by because we're facing all these righties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well, you know what's funny? Ned brought that up this not too long ago on Larry's show, talking about, you're hurting players when you constantly just face them against, a specific handed pitcher, depending on whether you're righty or lefty, and you're not seeing the other side of the mound. And it's like, you're hurting that player. You're making them one dimensional. I mean, it's ridiculous. You look at the Dodgers lineup. They very rarely tweak, just a little bit here and there, but it's always the same guys, at least 1 through 5.
Yep. I wonder if Farhan either didn't have the guts to call Piscotty, or if they called Piscotty and he just said no.
Well, hey, think about this. I mean, this is evident throughout the whole offseason. He didn't do nothing with Judge. The debacle with Correa, which sounds like it was a communication issue.
Yep.
And then we don't know if Piscotty, it could have been the same thing. I mean, there's too many weird things happening, and where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, Eric says, make me the GM and Larry the manager. Yeah, that would be good. I'd love to be over Larry. I could fire him. Hey, you're fired.
Oh, man.
No, seriously, this is just, I bet you he either, one of two things. He either didn't call Piscotty back, or he was like, he called him and Piscotty just said, give me a guarantee.
Or it could have been, or he was because he said he was happy he was going to Sacramento. I think he got pissed off and they saw that he's getting reassigned to Sacramento. Bryce Johnson was going to make the team, but then he gets kicked down to, to AAA so they can bring in Beatty. And then now where's Beatty? Yeah, he's in Sacramento.
Yeah, and so. Beatty will come back up in a week and a half.
Yeah,
because he went 4 for 4 last night. It's just this constant shuffling the deck. It's like, put together a team. Let's see who's just got a base hit. Was that Ruff? Yep, Ruff got a base hit to right field. So he's 2 for 4. So that's going to look good in the box score, and they're going to say Ruff is back because
I can already see the headlines already.
He feels more comfortable. It's just get some guys that are, look at Arizona. They knew they weren't going to compete last year, but what did they do? They played their young guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Right?
Yeah.
They played their young guys, and they were exciting to watch. And now, they're competing.
Yep.
They're a year older. They've got used to the major leagues. Giants are like, oh, no.
Aces. They got 2 aces.
Yeah. Giants are like, oh, you prove it in the majors. Okay. So you got Yaz and Wade, now Darren Ruff, guys that had a little bit of success, but they're not hitting, I'm going off Ruff last year. He did not hit in New York at all. Didn't hit one home run, hit one something for the, they basically, everybody wanted him out, the media, the fans, and the Mets were kind of forced to just let him go. And I'm not on Ruff as a, he hit well for the Giants in 2021. He had a great year, 18 home runs,
right?
A lot of pinch hit home runs. He's got some, hits the ball hard. But how many guys are you going to carry like that on your team? How old is Ruff? He's got to be in his
35,
mid-30s.
right? I think he's 35.
I'm guessing he's 35. Crawford's 36. Let me see. I'm going to pull this up and see how old Darren Ruff is. It's like I said, it's not anything against Darren Ruff. It's the roster construction. Darren Ruff is 36.
36.
36. Crawford, 36. You brought another old, slow player in, and this is the problem. These guys are slow, and they're old, and they can't win you games unless, To me, it's like what I said last night. It's like softball. These
Yeah,
guys
right.
are mashers, but the difference is nobody strikes out in slow pitch softball.
Right.
So those big guys that are, can't play anywhere else. They can hit.
Mm-hmm.
They can hit the home run. So they just constantly hit these long balls, and but they can't play defensively.
Right.
You can put them all at first base. It's like,
but that's you, and it's funny because I think I'd rather watch a team like Arizona, even though they may not, be high up in the standings. But I bet you it's exciting to watch. They got a lot of young guys.
Wait a minute, Robert. Really?
What I miss?
It's on the screen. I'm informing everyone the Giants will be the most dangerous team in the playoffs.
Oh, come on, man.
Robert.
No.
Robert. Okay.
Come on.
Robert, I want to bet.
Come on.
Let's bet, Robert. Let's make a wager on that. Most dangerous team in the playoffs. Which year? 28, 29? When are they going to be the most dangerous? All right. I just don't see it. I don't see how they're going to compete and beat even, get into the playoffs unless – see, you know what the Phillies did last year and the Toronto Blue Jays? They were scuffling, and they fired their managers.
They fired the manager, and then they went on fire.
And Blue Jays came back, got to within one game of making the playoffs. Phillies went to the World Series. Sometimes you got to shake things up.
Yeah.
And something's going to have to give with this team, because I'm telling you, after 31 games, after watching them, they're going to be 12 and 19.
Giants are in a little bit different position because the manager is closely associated with
they came in
president
together.
of baseball operations. Exactly.
Right.
So even if you got rid of Kapler, there's no unless ownership says, all right, Farhan, we're kind of pulling back your duties a little bit. So you're going to have to do what we say.
I'm going to tell you, the Giants ownership is got their head up their butt. Come on.
Yeah.
You've already offered Farhan, told him you're going to bring him back. What are you thinking?
That's not even, that doesn't even make any sense. Why they would even announce that. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, the fans are upset. They're showing it with their lack of attendance, lack of buying season tickets, lack of coming to the gate. And they're talking about, they're tired of seeing, the platoon stuff. This is the way they run their organization. And he said, we're going to do it different. We're going to have everyday players. You don't have everyday players because you don't have a farm system that's producing. So you go out and you think you get everyday players in Conforto and Haniger, and then you have Estrada, and they're not everyday players because they're hurt. They're not available.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't have everyday players behind them because you built a crappy roster.
Yep. Hey, here's another thing. I just thought about this right now. Remember before, I'm trying to remember, I think it was before spring training, where their baseball guy, I can't remember, the guy was who ran Driveline. Remember, he was their pitching guru, not the pitching coach, but he was like their guru, and he left the organization.
Yeah.
And have you noticed now that the pitching isn't quite, they've had a few good games here and there, but people like Webb and Stripling, and
right. Yeah,
makes you wonder if there's some correlation there.
Mario Trutanek says the same here. Kapler isn't the main problem. It's Farhan. Yes, it's the roster in the minor leagues, and basically Kapler's a puppet to Farhan. The lineup is put together with Farhan's staff of, the geek squad, the analytical department, and, this whole lefty righty stuff. What was the game? They went lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. It was was it Sunday?
It was against the Royals. I can't remember. I remember it was against the Royals though.
Yeah, was it the game they won? Was it Sunday's game?
It might have been. I can't remember.
Or no, it was Saturday. They were up 5-1 and then they blew it. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. So, I mean, wow. I mean, this just has to, fans got to stop showing up at the ballpark and giving, if you're not a season ticket holder, why would you go pay to watch this unless you're getting free tickets, I guess.
Right.
But I mean, this is a, let me look at this with the system right now. They are not built to be contenders, Peter says. If Robert says if Webb pitches up to his expectations, we should be over 500. You know what? Webb is number three on most good teams. He's the staff ace. Okay.
Right.
He's a 2 at best on really good teams. That, now the Padres, they don't have that great of starting pitching. So Webb would be pretty good there.
Right.
What else do we got in here? Kevin Stevens says Giants not making the playoffs this year at Robert Rothberg. And by the way, Isaac says Dodgers gearing up for a run at Ohtani. Padres already loaded. Giants need to realize they're not going to compete for 5+ years and full commitment to a rebuild. Yeah, Shohei Ohtani's not coming to this team.
No, he's not. He's going to go to the Dodgers. That's why they reset their payrolls, because they're making that run.
Yeah, they're going to make that run and they're going to get him. There's no way he's going to go, I think I'll come and sign with the Giants, this team that was 77 and 85 or whatever they end up this year. Maybe they're 81 and 81. Hey, I'll give it to you. Maybe they finish above 500 and they go 82 and 80. Okay.
It's still not going to.
That's not going to get them in the playoffs.
No.
And I don't think they're going to, I've been saying this looks like a 500 team. They're going to have to get really together. And now, do they have veterans that can put together a streak if they're healthy? Yeah. If they're healthy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about Crawford. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'm talking like if Haniger and Conforto are fully healthy and you've got.
Haniger hasn't even played one game. I don't know, man. I mean, he had the injury history when they signed him. And here's another thing. Yeah. Let's not sign Correa because he's got an ankle that has never given him problems. In his entire major league career, we're going to pass on that. But you know what? Let's go sign Haniger. And of course, I understand the contracts are totally different, but just look at what it was. It was about being healthy. And Haniger, who knows when he's going to play his first game?
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you. Hey,
it's frustrating. It is.
If you guys are new in the chat, hit the like and subscribe button. Subscribe. You'll get notified every time we go live. And I'm going to try and do these live streams after the Giants games or in game, like right now. I mean, it's kind of painful to sit there and watch this 10-4 route. The one good thing is, I guess Stripling's getting a chance to pitch and get his work in. He just struck out somebody to close out the side. Who's that? Mookie?
It was Chris Taylor.
He just struck out Betts, but it was actually outside. Hey, go ahead and carry this for a sec. I got to get me a glass of water. My throat's scratchy here.
All right, no problem. But yeah, it's good. At least, like you said, Stripling's getting some work because he needs it. Who knows what's going on with him, because the Giants are going to need him. That was something that they kept talking about too. We got Stripling, we got Manaea, we got all these pitchers. We got depth. And I understand depth, but when you're signing people for just, depth only and not quality, you're gonna run into some problems. And I want quality, and I think they should have done. If they weren't gonna trade Rodon at the trade deadline last year, they should have just signed him to a long-term deal. Yeah, I understand he's got a cranky elbow. That happens with pitchers, but he's probably just delayed. It doesn't sound like it's anything structural or anything. So I mean,
imagine if you kept Rodon, Gosman, and had Webb.
Yeah, look at that number 1 through 3. I mean, that would have been contending right there. You would have been in games because the runs wouldn't be scored against you. But I don't know.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable that this is the roster we're dealing with after they didn't sign a superstar. If you're going to go out and spend whatever they're selling those jerseys for, $130. Whose jersey are you going to buy right now?
Right. Yeah. Who?
Anybody? Who's buying a jersey and who is it?
Yeah.
Because you don't know. I mean, you can buy a Conforto. You're going to buy a Conforto jersey when he might be gone at the All-Star break, or the trade deadline.
Exactly. Yep.
And if he has a good year, decent year, he's definitely gone.
Yep.
Next year, so you can't get attached to that. Maybe a VR or something like that, or I'm thinking everyday player. I mean, Estrada. I mean, I was hoping, Yeah. I mean, Casey Schmidt's a guy, Von Brown's a guy, maybe. I just want to see these guys come up and play. I don't really care if the team is not going to compete for a couple of years if you are going to play these guys and play them every day.
And you know what? And they keep saying, Giants fans are, they're smart. They know what's going on. We would understand that when the new guys come up, they understand. Yeah, these guys are young, so may take some time, but for some reason they're afraid to do that, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do is we'll see how this thing goes and looks at the trade deadline. But if they're more than 5 games out of the last wild card, I would just wholesale change. Yeah. Don't do what you did last year. Say, oh, I believe in this team. We have what it takes. This is the team that we believe in we have what everybody here we need. And then, he said that after they lost 4 in a row to open the second half. Who'd they get swept by? Was it San Diego?
Oh, I can't remember, but yeah, it was bad.
Actually, it's pretty interesting. I can pull it up right here by looking at.
Because remember, if I'm not mistaken, right before the break, they were actually playing pretty good ball.
Right.
And then the break hit, and then they hit the skates.
Okay, they went into the All-Star game, and they lost 4. That's right, 4 in a row to LA. And then they lost 3 in a row to Arizona. So they'd lost 7 in a row, and they were getting buried. And then the Cubs came to town, and they won 3 of 4. The trade deadline was Tuesday, August 2nd, and they had a 4-game series against the Dodgers. They lost the first game 8-2. They still had till Tuesday the next day to make a trade, and they had no shortstop. Crawford was out. They had Dixon Machado. And I'm going, You're going to get swept. You're going to get swept. Get rid of Rodon. And what does he do? Instead, he doesn't pull the trigger.
Nope.
And they lost 4 straight, and, they were buried. Hey, they made it to 500 last year by winning, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. They swept 4 in Colorado, beat Arizona 5 of 6, 6 of 7, then swept 3 from Colorado. So 6 of 7. They're 9-1, 10-1, 10-2, 11-2, 11-3, 11-4. They went 12-4 in their last 16. So 8 games over 500 to get to 500.
To get to 500.
To get to 500. And people are like, "Oh, wow." That was like, I didn't want to see that happen, because what that did was tell Farhan, we got what it takes. Let's get to some of these comments. We got a lot of comments in the chat here, and let me see. Let's see. Can you put the link? Somebody said, who put? Yeah.
Hey, Chardall.
Yeah, I'm not able to do it tonight. Oh, Strada just hit a home run. Okay, 10-5. I can't put the link in because I'm only going to go for another 8 minutes or so before I join over on Larry's channel. Robert Rothberg says the reality is that by the All-Star break, if we're close to the wild card, why concede? Yeah, if you're close. If you're not within 5 games, that's not close, in my opinion, because you're fighting for a wild card, and you should be within 3 games of being in for a wild card if you're going to really try to compete. Mario says Giants don't need to rebuild. They need to draft and develop players, maximize their major league talent, and sign some free agents within reach. Yanks, Cards, Dodgers don't rebuild. Correct. Bullpen is a joke, says Jesus Andres. Eddie K, don't ever go to a casino with Farhan. Yeah, H76. Hey, that was a great trade.
Oh,
got JD Davis for free. Yep. You
Hey,
got Ruff back now too.
Hey, Dan,
if you
did
like
you talk to
Ruff.
Larry yesterday about softball? Because he said he still can't get on. You might want to talk to Larry about that.
Yeah, I will do that.
Maybe text him or something.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, senior softball.
But I agree with
games.
you, senior. That Taylor Rogers, man, he is, whew, that's rough. Especially coming out of the bullpen. He's supposed to be like a high leverage guy too, isn't he, from the left hand?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, 10-5, bottom 9. How many out? 1 out. Yeah. And Flores is up. It's like they're boring. It's hard to watch. Peter Zimmer says he thinks Farhan's afraid to rebuild. I don't know what he's selling. He's selling a program, though, that's mediocre, that is not exciting. And, Larry Bear threw the fans under the bus, Peter says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mania plus Stripling do not equal Radon, says Yachty.
I would agree with that.
Casey Schmidt did something in Sacramento tonight. Let's check it out here. Let's see what Casey did. The mighty Case. Let's see. Yes, you don't have control of the chat there, do you?
No, I don't.
Pull it up.
I'm a mod, but
yeah. Okay, so you can't. Have you double click on something? Does it? It might pop up. Try double clicking on something.
Let me see. No.
Okay. All right. So let me see what happened tonight. Reno beat Sacramento 6-5. We don't really care about wins and losses. We care about performance of players that will make it to the big leagues. Casey Schmidt, 2 for 4. 1 RBI, 1 strikeout. Let's see. Any big hits? Must have been singles. Who else had a decent game? Genevieve, the catcher, 2 for 4. Gigliotti, the right fielder, 2 for 4. Schmidt, 2 for 4. Wisely, 1 for 3 of names that Gary Sanchez went 0 for 5, struck out 3 times. Okay. There's your Gary Sanchez. Okay. Let's see what we got down here at the bottom. Here, Yankees have made the playoffs. Is that true? 30 years in a row? They didn't miss since 19.
Really? Wow.
Let's see. 30 years would be what? We're in 23. So 93? No, they missed the playoffs in the 90s, didn't they? No, they were great in the 90s. But 94? I thought before they went on their run with mid-90s, they were struggling. But if that's true, that's amazing. 30 years in a row. Playoff success is much less indicative of a successful operation. Dodgers are consistent contenders. Senior softball says no way 30 years in a row. I got to believe that they didn't make the playoffs. You looking that up, Larry? I mean,
no, I wasn't even. I was just listening to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Just taking a look at the end of the game there.
Yeah, it's over. They lost 10-5. Whoop. Yeah. He says somebody said 30 was an estimation. Please don't throw in the towel yet. And it's too early to throw in the towel.
Yeah, we're not throwing in the towel. We're just
throwing in the towel. I'm just telling you reality that this team is doesn't look like a playoff team. They have no athletes except Estrada and Sable. Yaz. Bryce Johnson can play good defense. Can't hit.
The only thing is with Sable, he's got to hit. If he doesn't hit, his time's going to be marked.
Right. And, the way they're bringing in other outfielders. I personally would keep Sable because he's 25. I don't
Right.
want 30 plus outfielders that, taking up the roster spots. I mean,
well, if these injuries keep happening,
yeah, I mean, I don't really see the reason why you have a roster spot for Darren Ruff at 36, who's limited in what he can
yeah.
do.
Are they going to put him out in the outfield? I mean, wasn't that the issue? Outfield defense? Wasn't
Yeah,
that the issue?
that was the issue last year. They'll probably DH him and put him at first, but they've got a plethora of
But
those.
how many people they got like that? They got Flores, yeah. JD Davis, Wade, Peterson. I mean, how many?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Jock at the trade deadline, I'm saying, get me out of here, get me on a contender. I don't want to be, whatever. But let me check. Hold on, keep going there. I'm going to check my link from Larry. Don't have it yet. Okay, so when I get that link and he's ready to go, I'll transfer over to Larry's show. You guys move on over there. We'll be discussing more Giants, Dodgers, and what the Giants need to do. What's the one thing that you would do if you were the owner or had the ability to make any changes you wanted with the Giants? We'll be talking about that. Let me send.
Is there any news on Conforto? What was it with his calf? Was it just tight, or was it?
Yeah, tight calf. I don't know. Let me check. See if there's anything out there that says anything. Let's see. Larry just put a poll out on Twitter. Who's the biggest San Francisco Giant killer in history? Ron Say, Dale Murphy, Mike Schmidt, Dick Allen, Paul LaDuca, Todd Helton, Jeff Bagwell. Then he's got Goldschmidt, Arenado, Max Muncy, other write-in. And Max Muncy's listed at 45%, but he still doesn't have as many hits as Arenado did.
No.
Again, Arenado was crushing.
It's just the hits that Muncy do have are leaving the park.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
So did he have a day off now before they fly to Detroit?
Yeah, they got tomorrow off. They need it. Let's see. What do we have here? I'm just looking to see if there's anything on
Conforto.
Yeah.
I was looking at Pavlich's Twitter, and it's just the old one with the left with calf tightness.
Yeah.
Real quick, you see the Rays won number 12.
Yeah, 12-0 for Tampa Bay. Unbelievable. Can't start any better than that.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah. Mario says, what was the Dodgers farm system 12 years ago? They didn't rebuild. Yeah, the Dodgers compete. I mean, there's been a few years they've had off years and they haven't made the playoffs. But
these last few years, holy crap, their farm. They trade away their farm and they still have the number one farm system.
Right.
I mean, they just know what they're doing.
Yeah. So let's see. A lot of people talking about the Yankees didn't make it 30 years in a row. Yankees missed the playoffs in 2016. Somebody, Yachty says, no playoffs.
Beat the Brewers.
Oh, wow. No playoffs in 94. I thought 94 was a year they weren't good. Then they started getting really good when Jeter was coming up. See. Eric L. says, I'm throwing in the towel on Farhan. Let me see if I got the link yet from Larry. Not yet. So he's not ready to go yet over there. What else? Let's see. This team, where did I see that? This Mark Graves, we are putting
What's up?
We are putting the towels over our heads. Instead of throwing in the towel, we are putting the towels over our heads. Eric L., I'm throwing in the towel on Farhan.
Hey, Senior, I'm not in Larry's chat right now. Hold on, I could get over there real quick and see if I could see you.
Let me see. Giants, Dodgers upcoming.
Hey, what's up, Jim? How you doing? Nice play on words. I like that. Bullpen's looking rough.
See, I'm just typing something. See, here said.
Yeah, Larry's got a bunch of people already waiting. 41.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Senior, I'm not seeing any of your chats inside Larry's channel or his show.
Yeah, I did request it of him just now again, so I'll let's see.
Yeah,
Robert
Dan's
Rothberg.
doing good. Dan's doing good. He's behaving. just venting. Hey, Jim's in here. Dan. Jim
Who is?
Base.
Oh, where's
Jim
he? Where
base.
is he? Let me check. Down. Dan, I'm with you till the wheels are off, brother. Jim, is Dan behaving tonight? Oh yeah. Hey, hey Ryan. Yeah, I'm so fed up with the way the club just keeps bringing in the same old guys. I mean, Darren Ruff went 2 for 4. Okay, good. But is he the answer? Does he make the team that much better? I don't think so. I mean, he couldn't hit a lick last year. And, you know, what irritates me about Farhan is that he talks about if Bart doesn't come through, we're going to have to look somewhere else. And then he goes and he's got Yaz and he's got Wade and then Ruff again, guys that are, in Yaz's case, he's 30, in Ruff, he's 36. But you give these guys continual chances. But Bart's 25 and he's got tons of potential. Let's see it. Give him a chance. Yep. Just play the guy, I mean, he threw out Outman trying to steal tonight. That's a great, Outman's fast. He got a good jump. Bart threw a strike. Let Bart play. Okay, let him just catch. Let him be your number one catcher. See what he does. Give him a year. And if at that point you don't think he's the guy, then, move on. But do we, Perez has been hurt the last few years. He's hurt again. Haniger's been hurt the last few years. He's hurt again. Okay? You keep signing guys that are injury prone and expecting it to be different. It's like,
I agree with you, Jim. Yaz has turned it around. I agree. Spring training was not pleasant for Yaz, but it is nice to see him doing something right now. Him and Wade actually have been doing okay. I'll give him that. I was a little bit concerned. The only thing with Wade, I understand he's a leadoff guy and he takes a lot of walks, but I want to see some more hits come from him.
I mean, it was nice. It is nice to see Yaz have. I think he got a hit tonight off of Kershaw too. Let's see if Larry's given me. No, nothing yet. Maybe he fell asleep on the couch watching the Giants.
He's whoever's doing his mod stuff. They're saying that make sure you hit the like button. So
it says I'm late for Larry's show, but I don't have. Larry hasn't started yet.
Has he sent you the link?
No, but he hasn't started yet. So I'll just keep going until I get that. Mitchell and Ness says I'm late for the show, but I'm going to hold on and turn this around a little bit here.
All righty. Hey, Peter, I agree. Even Dan mentioned that too. Piscotty would have been an excellent addition to this team, especially from the right side, because that's where the Giants seem to be hurting the most is from the right side of the plate.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Piscotty because he's a proven ball player. Bryce Johnson concussion. Yeah, he didn't look good. Is
it still 7 days for concussions?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then they reevaluate after that and see how they feel.
Yeah, I mean, he looked. I mean, he hit it the first time, and then he was okay, and then hitting the second time in one inning. Gosh.
Yeah, he really ran into that last time. He was almost full speed.
Yeah, I mean, he made that catch, and you thought, oh, hey, keeping these guys in the game,
Yeah.
I mean, dang. Jim is about to head into the Comedy Store in LA tonight. Are you down there? Is he
nice.
having some fun, or is he serious? I don't know.
You going to try to catch an interview down there?
He probably will. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably will. I know he'll interview some comedians. Just cool.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That is awesome. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Thanks, Senior Softball Games. Hey, if you're in this chat, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 300 by tomorrow. I was hoping to be over a couple thousand in spring training. I had, some marketing ideas, and unfortunately, that didn't get to come to pass. But we'll get there. Yeah. So subscribe, tell your friends about it. We'll be talking Giants baseball all year. We'll cover the Warriors as well. Cover the Niners, but I'm not going to be I'm not going to be doing a lot of Niner stuff like some of the other Niner guys are doing and getting into the draft and all that stuff. I mean, I love
Patrick,
the draft.
Patrick hits on something pretty good there. He goes, let's be real. Ever since Buster retired, the leadership in this organization has been minimal. His departure has been franchise altering. I would agree with that. I think Buster brought something to that clubhouse more than just his play. It's just his leadership style, which played dividends, huge dividends in 2021. And I think that was the primary reason why the team did so well, is because he was influencing that a lot.
Yep. Mark Graves says if the Giants were good, I'd have a couple thousand subscribers right now. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, let's see if Larry's it's 10:09. Let me see if he's got me a link yet. Nothing yet. Oh, there it is. Just got it. So let me.
All right. You're gonna head over.
Let me see if he's starting up here. Hold on. I'll just go over there, get into his room, and I'll be Can you still see me, Eric?
Yeah, you're still on there.
Oh, okay. It's funny because I can't see myself because I'm on another screen.
No problem. So, I'm refreshing Larry's channel now. He hasn't gone yet, but he must be waiting on you or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me close this out. Hey, Larry, I'm going to close mine out right now. And I'll be right over there. So, hey, everybody, if you're watching this, go over to the Krug Show, and we're going to be talking more about the Giants and what if you were owner of the Giants and you could make one decision, what would it be? Go over to the Krug Show. It's we've got 44 in the chat. I'm going to close this out now.
Hey, Dan, don't forget about Senior. Don't forget about Senior.
I will take care of that. And great to see you guys. We'll be back Friday after the Giants Tigers game. Until then, everybody have a great night.
See ya.